Casual here. Most of the Trickster firepower builds out there use the Uge Kutara's gear set, Hunt the Prey and Time Rift, and to be fair, these are great builds, but I think that the Chronosuit and Borrowed Time brings some incredible utility that everyone is missing out on. Let's get into it. The Chronosuit gear set brings two fantastic abilities to the party. Firstly, its gear set bonus refills your entire ammo clip when borrowed time ends, which with one stroke solves any issues you might have with keeping twisted rounds up. This is an incredibly versatile ability as you can use it immediately or anytime borrowed time is active, or even just wait for borrowed time to run out to fill up your magazine. Secondly, Time-Space Protection is one of the strongest survivability mods in the game, buffing your physical damage resistance to around 80% and your resistance to 30% while borrowed time is active, which is all of the time as it has a 28-second duration and only a cooldown of under 5 seconds, making it very easy to manage. Because this mod is so strong, I am able to run the build without any other survivability mods. This allows me to mod Sharp Eye, Stare into the Barrel, Bloodlust, Personal Space, Strong Twist, and Captain Hunter, which buffs my DPS to just scary levels. Now I am running two other ammo related mods in additional mag and ammo bargain, the latter of which I think is essential to the build. If you are better aim than I am, which with my potato aim is quite likely, you can drop the additional mag for yet another damage mod like Stand Tall or Boxshot Shells. The final mod I'm using, Shield of the Fallen, is not what I want, but the gear pieces just haven't dropped for me in the right way yet. I will swap this out for a damage mod or life drain on the Chronosuit gloves once an epic piece drops with the right stats. And the right stats for this build is bonus firepower, close range damage and cooldown reduction. The Chronosuit gear set does not come with the ideal stats. The mask, upper and lower, have healing recede rather than cooldown reduction, which does help with survivability though. I am running the chest, lower and foot gear of the Chronosuit gear set along with Tanner's hat and gauntlets of the Cannonball. Even though the Chronosuit mask is really awesome looking, I prefer to run one of the gloves or foot gear of the Chronosuit for the max health on them, as it does help offset the negative effects of Dark Sacrifice, which I have on my death shield. Dark Sacrifice is a stronger mod than Killing Spree, not only because it is multiplicative rather than additive, but it also gives you a flat bonus which does not need to be built up, nor does it deteriorate over time. Having extra max health and an armor piece gives you a slightly bigger buffer in the event that your shield is not up to survive until you can get it back. There is no need for any other weapon than an automatic shotgun, while Death Shield is the best for this build because of being able to combine Fortress with Dark Sacrifice. If you don't have this, use Funeral Pyre, Bulwark, or even an epic weapon. If you do use Bulwark, swap out Ammo Bargain for Vampiric Mag, which will increase your ammo replenishment even more. In addition to Twisted Rounds and Borrowed Time, I am using Venator's Knife rather than Time Rift. Both of these skills provide excellent crowd control, but I prefer Venator's Knife. It is far easier to hit multiple targets with it because it is a throw and forget skill. The other big thing about this skill is hidden in the last line of its tooltip. When using a shotgun, doubling the damage of the first shot is huge, allowing me to one-shot most enemies and do over 1 million damage to elites. Pretty damn spicy. The class tree that I am using for this build is a cookie cutter one for Trickster firepower builds. I'm picking up all of the buffs to weapon damage that I can, including the Assassin's Ultimate Cold Calculation, Bounty Hunter, and buffs to shotgun damage. Disruptive Firepower and Outrider Executioner provide nice burst damage potential, albeit this is where Hunt the Prey can be more effective as you will be activating the buff through Outrider Executioner all the time, rather than potentially once every 28 seconds through Borrowed Time. Picking up cooldowns to your deception and movement skills is useful, albeit the cooldowns are so short anyway that it doesn't make that much of a difference. There are very little options to play with here. Possibly you could pick up Scion of the Power in the event that Twisted Round drops. I wouldn't pick up any armor piercing buffs though because Twisted Rounds ignores armor. Similarly, reload speed reductions add little because ideally you will never reload. The Trickster Chronosuit firepower build is a very strong one, particularly against the wildlife of Enoch. If you are struggling to get the most out of Time Rift or Hunt the Prey, then this is a very viable option for you to use. For single target damage it is hard to beat, but it does miss out on AoE damage as many of the firepower builds do. Until next time, Casual out.